Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for November 21st through the 27th, 2016. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and really allow ourselves to connect in to the abundance that resides within the source of your being. And the angels are really wanting to remind you of all the abundance that is within you and to be aware of the signs that you're being guided um, that are revealing to you information, especially through your dreams and through your visions and insights, through your intuition. They want you to be very much in the flow, going with the flow of what is occurring, because as you do this, as you resist it less, then what will open up for you is an awareness of all the opportunities that are actually unfolding through the changes which you are now resisting. There is a tremendous amount of abundance unfolding through the circumstances which now you are resisting. So they want you to cease doing that, to allow the process to unfold in its natural way. It's creating a path towards abundance. It's creating a path towards the things that we have. They wrote the word lock, so it's as if there are things that have been locked, the potential for our world, globally and individually, and throughout the entire universe. This is a great moment for that unfolding, for the potential now to be unleashed, to be unlocked, and to start to flourish the true wisdom, the true aspects of your being and its purpose and mission now has the opportunity to unfold. But were it not for the circumstances that is creating such great resistance within each individual, it would not have been possible for you to have found that potential. It would not have been possible for you to unlock it, to unleash it, to allow yourself to have the fulfillment of your dreams and goals that are true to the heart of your being. And this is something that you would not have discovered, that which is true to the heart of your being, if it were not for these events as they are unfolding now. There has been for quite a while, unbeknownst to us, a pattern of indecision and anxiety. We've been resisting change that we felt deeply sort of stirring underneath the surface of our consciousness, but we were worried more about the consequences to being sort of outed, if you will, to being not plugged into the matrix any longer, being different, being observed through a lens of criticism, because you are no longer agreeable. Your actions are no longer agreeable to the status quo, and we were holding on to that validation, and it was about letting go of the validation from the outside, which is all about the ego, and go with the flow of encouragement, support, and love from your inner being, from that well-being that you possess in such abundance. And this is a time of great liberation. The soul, you're going to start to see souls being liberated finding themselves coming out of their own closets, if you will, and starting to own their power, own their authenticity, and start to live more in alignment with the integrity of the will of their source. And this is going to, create a lot of turbulence as we're seeing already. But this turbulence is divinely guided, and it is profoundly, and it will be profoundly healing. So you just have to ride it out. You have to go downstream with it and not try to paddle back up. Don't think of anything as reversing, going backwards. There is no such thing. That this cannot ever happen in the universe, as time or as history has sort of shown us. Even though people can sort of reach back and bring back certain things, but it comes back and still in a new form, because energy is always flowing forward. And so those choices, we don't need to resist them as much. What we need to do is, so that we don't amplify the things that we're resisting, we need to put our attention, we really need to step outside of the box for a moment and get outside of all of this confusion and really ask ourselves to see the solutions that are there, that are available for us right now. For you as an individual, what is what is your path? What is the solution that you can choose to amplify, that the solution that is of peace, the solution that is of purpose and profound love and joy? How can you flip the script that is sort of playing out right now, and turn on the script that's inside of you, that potential, and let it exist in its fullness right now? So this is a great time of clarity. And so instead of asking questions, start looking for the opportunities or the solutions as they are sort of falling into your path. Okay? So, there's a lot of things that could be making you angry or making you anxious or frustrated or confused. The more you bang at those things, and the bang the walls of these constructs, all it's going to do, the law of attraction, is give you more of that. And if you're not wanting to have any more of that, then you've got to basically sort of bark up a different tree, if you will. And so choose the trees of opportunity, choose the trees of peace, choose the trees of pleasure, creativity, enjoyment. And you will see that as you choose this and you bang up against it, the noise that you will create will be a harmonious sound. And that's what the universe is going to amplify and return, because that's your offering. So we're learning more specifically. We're in a time that our offerings don't take too long to bounce back. So that's part of what we've been seeing. And some of this recent chaos is because we weren't paying attention on our individual paths, how easily throwing a pebble out into the sea of the universe was bringing back results very quickly, bringing you back templates, something that was relatable to the template that you offer. So it's really important now for us to pay attention to the content of what we're offering, because that's a template that the universe will use to bring you possibilities like it. And so this week we're using, I was guided to switch to the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Ratley Valentine. And it's been so empowering for me in this week to help just make sense of all of this noise that's going on in the universe right now, individually, all the clatter. Emotionally, mentally, physically. It's been exhausting, and the Archangel Power Tarot cards really help to um, shed some light, if you will, on all of this and help bring clarity. So we're using these cards until I'm guided to use another set of cards. And of course, the Archangel Oracle card will still be the theme card for this week. All right, so just tune in to see if there's any additional information before I begin. But they're just saying not to worry. This is a time for that's building your faith. The ascended masters. This is where your work is coming. This is a time of mastery for you, where your work is. You're really going to discover your truth, your purpose, and we don't want you to start. I hope you really understand. You may have heard me say it so many times, but when you ask questions, you just get more questions. So you have to start trusting. You have to start living the moment, because when you're asking questions, you're worried about where you're going when you're already existing. You see, so this goes back to the question to be or not to be. And every time you start worrying about the future, or you start focusing about, you're choosing not to be, but that's not possible either. So it's like you are. It's like you're sleeping through your life in that sense. You know, if you've ever been in a class or something and you just fell asleep and you woke up at the end, it's kind of like that. You're not consciously awake. And so what you want to do is look at where you're drawn. Look at where you're being drawn right now, in the moment. What's calling you? What's pulling you? Don't worry about where that's going or it's leading, because then you'll distract yourself and you'll get the questions. The doubts will be created from questions. When you ask questions that you really are resisting the answer to. So I'm not going to say it's terrible to ask questions. That's not it. But when we ask a question, where we have to be aware if we're ready or not. Because if there's resistance in your question, that's what you're going to get back. You're not going to get the answer. Most of the times I've found personally for myself that a lot of questions were just habitual, and they were fear-based. And therefore it stunted my abilities to have clarity come through from my guides and my guidance system. So you really don't, I had to break myself. I do still do it. Like, if I'm seeing something in these readings, I stop myself up, no questions. Just keep talking, talk about it, describe it. If you don't know, just say it out loud, and it will start to flow, because what you're shown is like a matrix. And once you activate it, that means talk about it, describe it out loud, then you activate the matrix of information that is within that vision or that symbol. And they were showing me that they're giving you signs, but you're questioning them, or you're resisting them, or you're hating them. And part of what you're hating is part of the biggest part of the sign, actually. So, wow, and I'm just here, and these things I'm telling you, I'm hearing it in the moment myself. So, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. This is how this works. We don't get to stand and be, separated from you, and, oh boy, you have to really get it together because I can, get all this information. No, this is the only time that I am at my clearest, is when I'm working with another person, because the information in the universe comes from a collective consciousness, not a singular one. And so source is vast in its consciousness. All that it represents the collective. It's like a pinnacle, or the a point at which all consciousness is one. Do you see? Really amazing. So again, hearing all this stuff as I'm telling it to you, it's incredible. So just recognize you that everything works together for the greater good because of that. Okay? So all the choices and decisions that we see each other making individually that we agree or disagree with, it's all creating or turning the wheels of change, is what they're saying. It's all turning the wheels of change. And they keep writing the word augmenting. So it's enhancing something, okay? It's enhancing our overall goals. So those things that we needed to heal are coming through, but if we didn't have the contrast, it wouldn't be able to surface, to be into the light. It's the wheel of change that something needs to turn, and we need all sides, both sides of the wheel, if you will, of the consciousness. That's why the universe is always creating all variations of any choice or opportunity that you are desiring or experiencing in the moment. And it is your free will that is, and to the degree to which you are allowing or disallowing, that is choosing the particular aspect of that variety that you then are expressing through your being. So this is very, very important for you to be aware of. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards for the theme of the week. Let's see which Archangel. And this is interesting, Archangel Uriel. This is the card I really, well, let's just say it's the card that really kicks my behind the most, because when he says you know what to do, and usually I'll go, but what? But this is just piggybacking on what I was just talking about not asking those questions, because you get more of them. And so the sense I'm getting from Archangel Uriel right now is that you have to start doing what you think is best and trusting that. Trusting the clarity that you receive in those moments, those insights, the inspiration. Because Archangel Uriel means the light of God, and and he can help you with he'll inspire you through your thoughts, through your ideas, those creative solutions that you come up. So in this week, you want to really pay attention to when this kind of thing happens for you, and don't go, well, what was that? Or, well, what does that mean? Just go with it and see how things unfold in the moment as you engage it. They don't give you all of this guidance just to predict, meaning so you can figure out what's ahead, because so much about being a divine spirit in this human experience is about creating in the moment what you will. So don't get so hung up on what's going to happen as to what's happening through me and with me right now, and how do I choose to respond to it. Because if we're more focused about how do I choose to respond to what's going on right now, and just do it without asking the questions so much, but just trust your instincts, trust your gut about what you are guided, you feel drawn towards. Let that energy pull you. Notice where your heartstring is being drawn, and just go with it and see what unfolds. You will find a completely different experience of reality, of creation that you will have, and you will discover your purpose more, let's say, immediately if you do this, because a lot of what your purpose is you're already doing it. It's just that you haven't maybe given it enough serious consideration, or you think of it as something as not, something not as serious. So he's telling you that you know what to do. He says, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. There is a sense I'm getting about something in your work that you have this knowledge and you know that you know how to handle the situation. And this is about you trusting yourself this week. Don't look to other people to tell you how to do things, or to validate what your choices are, or decision that a really important decision that's coming up this week. Go with your gut, and you're going to get a boost of faith in yourself this week that's going to allow you to know that that's coming from the integrity of your higher self. Okay, they're also writing something astrological this week. I don't know what's going on in this week, but just pay attention to, there are some astrological signs that are probably influencing this outcome for you this week, that's helping you to get this real clarity and really come from a place of integrity. So this week, don't doubt yourself. This week, you're coming from a place of integrity. I'm just seeing this written over and over again, is what Archangel Uriel wants you to know. And he doesn't want you to judge others for not doing so. Because what that does is it will help you, it will impede you noticing your own integrity and he's writing your own alignment. So we're gonna have to get off that soapbox. And I know I've been on it too, and it's hard, but we're really gonna just have to get off of it so that our alignment can come through, because that's the real gift here. That we have solutions that we've been holding back on for years, each individual. And this is the time where they're gonna all start to flesh out. So be patient, and be appreciative, and be grateful for the way things have unfolded, even though we don't care for them. But they are helping us all to make the right decisions that we were not making for ourselves as individuals. And then it will just sort of spread into the collective. Okay? And we're going to see some things then that seems like they were being reversed, turn in a better direction. All right. So this is the first card for the beginning of the week. It's the Four of Michael. Now, Michael is the suit of swords, or air. And so this card, and I was seeing, when I was meditating, I was seeing a bed, a really comfortable bed. So this card will indicate needing some rest. And I'm getting that you need to meditate, you need to rest. If you keep up this intensity, you may start to get a little under the weather here. So you don't want to be forced by your body to make you do what you need to do. And so they're telling me that you need to relax. Okay, the stress levels, the anxiety, the anger, the rage that is running, it's taking a toll on your physical body. It may not be showing because you're kind of using the fuel of this false, the ego. Now, it's not to say that you can't ever take anything and use it for something good. And so, as long as you just keep being frustrated within yourself, and you keep spinning wheels in your head, all right, which is what this suit is all about. As long as you keep spinning wheels in your head, then instead of doing something constructive, then the rage, the frustration, it becomes something that is becomes not a word. It becomes unhealthy for you, and it turns and translates into health issues. Okay, so this is why you need to now start activating the solutions, the guidance that's coming to you, so that you can use the energy. Everything is energy. All the emotions, from negative to positive, they're all energy. And if you use them constructively, they can help you build great things. But right now, you need a break. You need to see this little brook here running. You need to go more with the stream of things that are flowing. See, again, that was the message. Don't resist anything. Just go with the flow. Listen to your body. It says insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress. Okay, so, this week, don't get into, at the beginning of the week especially, don't get into a lot of stressful conversations. Don't get into, um, don't don't push yourself in areas where you're not feeling as motivated, or you're feeling frustrated. Back off a little bit. Take help and from others who, or be aware of where the universe is maybe speaking through someone else with insights to add to this or to solve. It doesn't have to come through you all the time. You don't have to be the problem solver for everybody. Okay, now this next card for the middle of the week, this is the Seven of Ariel, and this card is traditionally the Pentacles. The Ariel represents the Pentacles' nature. That's why she was chosen. And Archangel Michael works with us, getting rid of our fears, which we conjure in our mind. And so this is the Seven of Pentacles, a Seven of Earth, and this card is indicating that you've put in a lot. It says you've invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress. Make plans for your next endeavor. So this card is saying that you've worked really hard. You've done all the right things. They're saying you've done everything that you could. And they want a little bit of silence there. You've done everything you could. Whether it's about world events or whether it's about personal things in your life, you've done everything that you were supposed to do. Okay, if you're watching this, and most of us watching this and that follow every week, and we follow this path of honoring our spirit, they're letting you know you did everything you could. You didn't fail. I'm hearing that some of us feel as though that we haven't done our bit. For the greater good, or maybe that we somehow let ourselves get distracted, or we didn't get out there and do what we needed to do, and that's not it. It's not it at all. This is a collective decision, and the plan was foreseen how it could unfold one way or another. Remember, the universe is always creating variety, but be rest assured that all of those plans was going to lead to the unfolding of well-being within the universe. Okay, so nothing can hold that back. It's about how we get there. And so they're showing me a sort of an elemental of fire. So we chose the path of fire to get there. Because fire does not only destroy, but it also uplifts and inspires. So this is going to be a profoundly intense, passionate, discovery is what they want you to understand. And so don't worry about the events of things and things in your own life. This is about igniting your passion. This is about setting you on fire again, so that your fire could never burn low, or be extinguished ever again in your life, in this lifetime, and probably moving forward. All right, so don't feel that you or the collective, we did something wrong. We didn't. Okay, it's all for the greater good. Okay, and we have here the Peace card. Now, in the Fairy Tarot deck, I'm not quite sure if that happened last week or not. I do think it came up, the card number 13 in Major Arcana. I think it came up last week. So what this is telling us, and this is the Archangel Azrael, is to release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. So what this is telling us is that we are letting go. We're not moving backwards. We're releasing. And if you're guided to let go of some things at this time, then this is all a part of that process, so that we're moving forward. We're not moving backwards, but we may need to let go of things. They keep writing autobiography, and I don't know if someone is writing an autobiography. This may also be a good time for you personally to kind of, I guess, kind of look at your life, okay, and see what all the choices that you've made, see what how they're informing you, or where they're leading you now. I get a sense it's a very, I want to say, a very cleansing process. So, some things are going to come up, some things are going to be probably moving out of your life. You're going to be letting go of some things. Get a sense that there's going to be just a break, a really big healing over the weekend. Some things that you've been involved in that you're just going to let it go, or you won't take it to heart any longer. And you're just going to find peace within yourself, since this card is titled Peace. And I saw that word in my prayers before. All right, let's take a look at the card for from the bottom of the deck, and this is a really great card to get. It's the Two of Raphael, which represents cups of water. And so, see, this is all about partnerships, our hearts, our relationships. What's going on in our world right now is relationships are going to heal. It's going to take a while through the chaos, but this is what's setting in the foundations now, where love, and compassion and the right decisions, honoring our truth, honoring our hearts, is going to really unfold. So don't give up on how things are going. They want you to know with this card that we're not breaking apart. The world's not going to come to an end. We're just beginning to come together, because now that the pieces have fallen and broken in many places, for the first time we were able to put those pieces together in a way that is now harmony. But they're going to be re-energized pieces that will be re-energized by the love within ourselves and our souls, and harmony and peace. So something new has come together. So notice how things are going to come together for you in relationships. Notice how your relationship with yourself is coming together with your soul. Just the general sense of that, the underlying movement in this week, that things are coming into alignment, finding new love, find a new love for life, maybe find a new love soulmate as well, but being inspired about life again. Okay, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and thank you all for your comments here on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and if you like the video, also like it as well. Thank you for also joining us on the Facebook page for the Daily Card Messages. This week, I have readings that I'm doing. I may do maybe a couple of days of the Daily Card Message, since it's the Thanksgiving holidays here in the States, but I'll be back for next week. And if you haven't followed us on Facebook and to read the Daily Card Messages, look in the description link below. If you're looking for an angel reading, then go to my webpage, theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. All right, so God bless you all, and have a wonderful and powerful week of rediscovery. Until next time, God bless you.